This type of solidarity empowers our communities, empowers each and every one of us to stand for real change, critical hope, and healing for our communities. Welcome back. Give yourselves a round of applause. May Day 2014, Portland, you shut it down.
How y'all doing? Did y'all have a good march? Yeah. Y'all tired? Yeah. You tired, huh? Well, you better do some calisthenics. You better eat better. You better do whatever you need to do to gain some energy. Because the fight is not over. Just because you had a march today, the fight is just beginning today, right? Now, you've got a despicable situation happening in this United Snakes of America right now, where the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere, and when I say indigenous, and I'm speaking, I'm an African in case you didn't know that, on the slave plantation in case you didn't know that. So I'm speaking from that perspective. When I say indigenous people, I'm talking about the people who are indigenous to this land base. Whether you call them Mexican, Chicano, Latino, Puerto Ricano, the indigenous people of the Western Hemisphere. There's a despicable situation happening in this society there today where these people are being called aliens, immigrants, being called illegal people. Some of you out here, your own family and friends refer to them that way. Isn't that right? Yes, it is. Not a lot of cheers on that, but it's the truth. This is despicable. This is these people's land. They don't have to ask, as far as I'm concerned, as far as African people, we don't have to ask anybody to be here. And they are arresting these people in the middle of the night, coming to their houses, taking them away, putting them in prison, but separating their families. Isn't that disgraceful? Imagine yourself if that happened to you. If you went to sleep tonight and you woke up tomorrow and your family was gone, probably never to see them again. How would you feel about that? That's disgraceful. So what we're saying is that we think that today, May Day, should be a special focus on these people and the struggle they have just to exert their humanity in this society. Why do they have to prove anything to America? America has to prove something to us. America has to prove that she's not a criminal nation. Good luck with that. America has to prove that she's not a racist nation. Good luck with that. America has to prove that she's not a sexist nation, that she's not a classist nation, that she's not a nation that puts money ahead of people. Good luck with that. It can't happen because we all know the truth. This society was built on injustice and is maintained by injustice. So I can't speak to the particulars of the Enlace campaign, but I can tell you that you need to get involved in supporting any effort that's designed to support these people and their right to self-determination in this land. Any effort that's designed to do that, you need to be about that. We have to tell the truth. We have to tell the truth about what's happening in this society. This is these people's land. It's not yours. It's not yours. If somebody came in your house in black boots, stomped your door in, kicked your door in, raped your family, then you wouldn't be talking about, well, we got to share our house with you. You would be kicking those people out of your house. You would be kicking them out of your house. So they would have the right, in my opinion, to kick all of us that aren't indigenous here out of here, but they're not trying to do that. They're trying to build a collective society for all of us. They're out here today talking about collective justice. So we should honor that. And we should get involved. So we've got all these organizations around here.
I'm from Jobs with Justice. In case people didn't notice, there was a slight disruption to the regularly scheduled program today. I want to apologize for that because marching off the permitted route, that's just terrible. I feel really bad that happened. But so what happened was the ILWU, they've been locked out. The Local 4 in Vancouver has been locked out for over a year. Local 8 here in Seattle has been locked out by Columbia Grain, and that's where we went. Wells Fargo, the Wells Fargo Tower is also the corporate headquarters for Columbia Grain, and that's who's locked out these longshore workers for over a year. So they felt that it was important, even though it was not on the scheduled permitted route, they felt it was important to take a slight detour to go over there to the Wells Fargo Tower to tell them a little bit of what's up. So that's what that was all about. Thank you for allowing that minor disruption. Sorry for any problems may have caused to our friendly escort in the black and yellow, but it was important, and I think it's good that people stood with them. I think it's good to push the envelope too, actually. So solidarity with the ILWU. Thank you.
Thank you all for being here today. I wanted to say that there's a new book out called, I have to look at it here, by Penny Lewis, called Hard Hats, Hippies, and Hawks. And what it was is to talk about, it may amuse you by the title, but it's really serious work because it's talking about everyday workers who were there against and fighting against the Vietnam War. There was a great movement by Chicanos, the Brown Berets, Mecha, who were in the forefront of the anti-war movement. Muhammad Ali reinvigorated the anti-war movement because he said he wouldn't fight a white man's war. And for me, we need to bring labor and veterans and people of color and workers all over the world together. Today, tens of thousands of workers are in the streets from Hong Kong to Istanbul. In Hong Kong and Istanbul and various places, they're actually calling them protests instead of celebrations for workers. And they're bringing out batons, and the police are beating them. And here we are fighting for our rights. And I think that we have to remember that this was a right that was held fighting for people all over. But I want to read you something. International Workers' Day is more than the celebration of the 8-hour day. The remembrance of Haymarket Massacre. It is recognition that the captains of industry declare war against workers with their armies and their police. Veterans for Peace demands peace and justice for all, for it is the working class who are sent to fight the rich man's wars. Warriors sent into battle are the grunts coming from the underpaid, the unemployed, the immigrant, and the poor. Pawns for slaughter and killing, profit for industries of death. Come, Veterans for Peace, fly your flags. Support your brothers and sisters. Economic justice is a cause of workers. The cost of war is the ruin of workers' pay. The price, their blood, sweat, and tears. Their children, lame and dead. War is the enemy of workers everywhere. Demand your rights to organize. Demand life over death. End all wars. Defend human rights and civil rights. Defend our planet against the environmental apocalypse. Defend immigrant workers and their families. Not one more deportation. Not one more war. Not one more foreclosure. Not one more job lost. Not one more step backwards. And like in the old spiritual hymns, we shall not be moved. Thank you.
So thank you all for allowing me the opportunity to speak here today. I'm here representing my father and also several other inmates in the Northwest Detention Center. Over there for the past 30 days, inmates have been on the hunger strike to protest the unjust conditions and the unjust deportations that our families and our community has been going through. I want to read you a poem that he sent me. He sent me this poem about a day ago, and it's in Spanish, but I'm gonna translate it to you, so I'll say it both in English and Spanish, all right? Not one more is the expression that brings us together. Those here who are united today. This is the expression that gives us the hope and the courage. Ramon Mendoza Pascual, Elias Paz Vasquez, and Cipriano Rios Alegría. That even though being thrown into solitary confinement unjustly, we are not demoralized for more than 25 days. Today, 1st of May, we finish our hunger strike that lasted more than 30 days. This did not deter us. This does not take our energy. This and the energy of our inmates, our brothers and sisters in the detention center of Tacoma, Washington. This act of protest here today is to thank you for the solidarity and to tell you with passion, not want more. Deferred action for everybody. No to the unjust deportations and separations of family. Yes to the immigration reform. Yes, we can. Ni uno más es la expresión que se suma a las 12 de los que estamos aquí reunidos. Es la expresión que nos hace llegar Ramón Mendoza Pascual, Elias Paz Vázquez y Cipriano Ríos Alegría, que a pesar de que ser castigados injustamente con segregación en el hoyo por más de 25 días, el día de hoy concluye un ayuno y huelga de hambre de más de 30 días, sin que haya disminuido su voluntad y energía, que al igual de muchos de sus compañeros en el centro de Tacoma, en Washington, hace un acto de protesta en este evento por mi conducto, para agradecerle la solidaridad y decirles con pasión, ni uno más, acción diferida para todos, no la destrucción de familias, sí a la reforma migratoria, sí se puede. Las autoridades de GIO han tratado de silenciar la voz de los detenidos, pero hoy se escucha más fuerte que nunca. Muchas gracias a ustedes, sí se puede.
So back to the $15 an hour, nothing against them on what they're wanting, but the main issue that we need to focus in on is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The Trans-Pacific Partnership is a backdoor deal that Obama's doing behind our back on a fast track. With it being on a fast track, there's going to be no chance that any of the lawmakers are going to do anything to change it. So with them not being able to change it, we need to worry about our farms, factories, medication, and internet. Those are 4 things that are at risk and at jeopardy. If we don't stop the fast track, it's going to crash and it's going to hit us hard. Google TPP.